Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if it's your first time here. So today we have a super exciting video. We're going to be testing out a bunch of new dupes from W7. So W7 is essentially a drugstore company that makes a lot of dupe products. So in the past, for example, they've duped like Huda Beauty palettes, the Benefit Hoola bronzer, Benefit mascaras, what else? Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. So they dupe a lot of like cult favorite products, and when I mean dupe, I'm not sure that the quality is comparable, but they dupe a lot of like the aesthetic, so the look of something, what it's supposed to do, but it's not necessarily like an exact copy. Let's jump into it. Okay, so we have a couple of brow options or brow items, these two. So this is, let me show you it. This is the W7 Absolute Lash and Brow Serum. So I got this because I had another eyebrow serum that I was using for a while that I really liked, but I wanted something for my eyelashes as well. So I picked this up. So you can see it has an interesting brush. It's like a spoolie with like a little thing at the end. And now I have quite a lot of issues with this brush because like especially when you're going to do your eye, just like this, when I go into the inner corner, this is just going to keep tapping me on the inner part. So I kind of feel like it was a little bit of a silly design. It probably would have been better to have like a component in the middle and then like a spoolie on one side and then a brush on the other. But regardless, I'm just going to whack this through my brows and my eyelashes. You're meant to do this like mostly at night, but I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. It's kind of hard as well. It doesn't say like any information on here. It just says Absolute Lash and Brow. So I don't know what it's supposed to do, what's in it. I'm assuming that it probably has like castor oil or something like that in it. I don't know if it's just castor oil. I have no idea. But I am going to be using this for the foreseeable future, so I will update you in videos. But I just thought I'd mention that quickly, and as always I will have the prices on screen. Okay, but the next thing we have is an obvious dupe for the ABH brow, what's it called, brow freeze? Well, this is the W7 Browsicles brow wax. I got all of this as well, all the W7 stuff at Tesco. My Tesco does carry it, and all of their stuff is cruelty free, and I think if not all of it, most of it is vegan. Can't get this off, it's got like a little plastic thing on it. Okay, so it just looks like a clear wax. So the ABH one, you literally just like put your brush in. I don't know if like with this one you have to wet it. With a lot of brow soaps you have to wet them, so I'll try it both ways. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my spoolie, which is this one. It does have a little bit of a bend to it. I got this in a brush set from Home Bargains, I want to say. Okay, so I'm gonna start by trying to dip my spoolie into this, and let's see. Oh, it is like liquid. Oh, it's like an actual wax. That's so weird. I really hope you can see. Okay, so you don't even need to get your spoolie wet, so I'm just gonna, oh wow. So I've never tried the ABH one, but this one feels quite heavy duty, to be honest. Wow. That looks so good. Like that's proper just like zooming my brows up. And I think I took enough on here to just do the other one. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting it to be like, I thought I was gonna have to wet my spoolie, which I never like those brow soaps. Hello Lilith. I'm been joined by dogs. This looks so good. I do feel like it's colouring my eyebrows a little. Like I feel like they were darker than that. Wow, that is just like I said, like it's like proper like industrial. And from what I've seen of the brow wax, because I have seen quite a few people use it, it looks pretty much exactly like this and looks like it has a very similar consistency. So But like I mentioned, I haven't actually tried the brow wax, so I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, this is a really good product. I rate that. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day, and like maybe it will leave like weird flakies on my brow. We will see, but so far I really like that. I do have another eyebrow product to try. It's actually not from W7. It's from, who's it from? I believe it's from Essence. I just forgot to try it in my other videos. So I'm going to try it today. Oh, I learned as well how to do a French braid. This is only like my second time doing it, so it doesn't look the best, but I'm very excited that I actually learned how to do it. But I'm just going to quickly prime my eyes with a little bit of the Juvia's Place concealer. This is what I've been doing every day. Well, every day whenever I put makeup on, which has not been very often. But she's brought a toy onto the bed. Lovely. Okay, eyes are primed and we do have an eyeshadow palette. So this is the Let's Brunch with Vicaboo palette. I do not know who Vicaboo is, but you have a lovely picture of her on the back here. I'm assuming she's some sort of like influencer. She says, there's like a little thing here from her on the back that says, I told you I'd find a way for us all to go to brunch together. Sadly, the Bellinis are not included. Enjoy. That's cute. So this is what it looks like. They have very similar packaging to this for another collection, which is this garden party collection. So very similar packaging, but they both have come out at the same time. So this, you get like a cardboard outerlay, which I don't mind. And then you get this, which is that sort of like cardboard material. Then it's got sort of like this embossing here, the little W7. The whole look of it is cute, but I'm not gonna lie, I do prefer the aesthetic of the garden party. But you open it up, you get a very big mirror, and then here are all of your colours. Let me just take this off. So it's pretty warm tone, to be honest. Like I could see this being used in summer, but also like autumn and winter. You get like a lot of like reds and things, and you also do get a mini brush, so lovely. Okay, so I'm not gonna use that brush yet because I want to see how these blend and stuff, and I feel like using a brush that I'm not used to could like affect my opinion on that. So these are all very, very deep shades. Like there's really not a lot of like mid-tone transition kind of vibes, but the main sort of vibes, it seems, is you have like the pinkish, because you have sort of like a light-ish pink, and then you have like a dark pink, and then this like neon like red, and then you have like the orange. So yeah, let's see. I'm not sure this is the right time of year to be launching this. I guess it could be maybe like Mother's Day themed, which was actually yesterday. But let's see. I'm going to take firstly this shade called Shaken. Oh, there's a little bit of kickback, but not too much, and it seems very pigmented. So I don't actually want this one to be too pigmented because I think I'm gonna do a pink look is what I'm thinking, because I really want to use that like neon reddish kind of colour. It seems maybe lighter than I thought it would be. I do actually have another W7 palette which I really like the pigment of. It's their one that's like a dupe of the Huda Beauty Mercury and Retrograde. Why can't I say that word? Palette. But this looks nice. I do like as well the fact that like these colours look like deep enough to be worn on every skin tone. I like that. Like I really dislike it when palettes just have a whole bunch of like light colours and then people with deeper skin tones can't really use it. So I do like the fact that this has a lot of richness and a lot of depth in it. This colour is blending out nicely. And I personally have never been to brunch. I don't drink alcohol actually, and I haven't for, gosh, maybe like 3 years, which is also when I quit smoking. So I haven't smoked or drank alcohol in about 3 years. I feel like I'd love brunch though, because I really like waffles and like pancakes and stuff. But anyway, next I will dip in with this pink shade, which is called Daiquiri. Very pigmented. And do my eyebrows look like they've dropped? They do, didn't they? My eyebrows definitely look like they've dropped. I feel like this palette is honestly like a really kind of perfect like sunset eyes kind of thing. Blending really nicely so far. So that is how that looks. I'm actually going to dip into the shade up here, which is called Bellini. I think we're going to do like an orange and pink kind of vibe. That looks pretty. I'm going to take my brush I was using before and dip into a bit of this Chaos shade, which is sort of bringing in that reddish pink. Wow, that one's really pigmented. Blends out pretty nice. Taking that same brush, I'm dipping back into Daiquiri, mixing it with Shaken. So those two first transition colours, then just going in purely with Shaken, just to blend out these edges. Okay, taking my small brush back into Bellini, and I'm just going to build up this part a little bit, just to re-intensify that orange. Then I'm just taking a really small brush and I'm going to go into this shade, which is Spritz, and I'm just going to pop that under my brow. Just completely dry. I might pop on a little bit of that highlighter that we're using later up there, because it's not as like light as I would want it to be. It's a bit more gold. But then I'm taking a flat brush and gonna dip into this one, which is Rosé. It looks kind of like a cream, like the way it's like moving around, but it's quite a chunky formula, like very chunky. Yeah, I'm gonna wet this one because I don't want it to fall out all over my face, because I've actually run out of makeup wipes. I'm just spritzing it using my NYX Bear With Me. Okay, I seem to be having quite a bit of an issue with this. Oh, is it a cream? I'm taking it with my finger. It kind of feels like a cream. Like, I know I said it looked like a cream, but it kind of feels like a cream. It applies way better with a finger as well. Then I'm going to take a little bit of... I kind of really want to take Tipsy. I'm just going to like swatch these quickly. Okay, so this one is Tipsy and then this one is Mayhem. So Tipsy, Mayhem, they look so pretty. I'm going to take Tipsy. Just pop a little bit of that right out here, just to keep in with that sort of like orange and pink theme that we've got going. I'm just gonna blend this again quickly. Whilst I'm taking the orange, I will just mix in a bit of this Punch shade, which is another orange shade. Oh wow, just to see if it has any more oomph. And it kind of looks like it does. Maybe I just picked up a whole bunch. So far it's nice. I do wish that I could apply the shimmers with a brush for a little bit more precision, but that's okay. And I do feel like the mattes do blend away a little bit, like in pigment, but again, that's all right. Just going back in with that Tipsy shade right here. So then what I want to do is I want to try and do, I think, like a wing-ish with this shade down here, which is called Cosmo. So it is genuinely like a red. Okay. Okay. It does not seem to be transferring off of my brush. Let me try a different brush. Something a bit more fluffy, maybe? Yeah, that's a bit better. And remember that I did originally have a sticky base, but it's gone by now because, you know, I've got so much shadow on my eyeball. That looks nice, like mixing in with that shimmer. It definitely looks a bit more like a pink on my eye as opposed to a red, but it looks okay. I definitely think it would come off better if you had a sticky base. That still looks really pretty. I actually really like that colour. But like I mentioned, I'm going to take a bit more of a finer tip brush and go straight into that Cosmo shade. It doesn't have as much kick up as the others. And I'm just going to work this on dry first, and then I'll see if I want to wet it. It's looking good, like packed on. We've got halties for them, and oh my god, it's like a complete life changer. Like, they were pulling, and Lily has, like, she doesn't look too big. She's this big orange blob behind me if you can see her, but she's so strong. Like, she has like the strength of like a little baby ox. Like, I'm not even joking, she is so ridiculously strong. Like, she has been yanking me about pretty much since we got her, but she started like proper being able to just like pull Cameron over as well, so you know she's strong because he literally can't be knocked over by anything. So we got halties for the both of them because Poppy, although she's not as strong, she pulls pretty continuously and ends up like making herself out of breath. So we got halties for the both of them, and it has literally changed our life. Like, it's so good. They don't even pull now. We've got like a whistle as well because we're improving their recall training, and yeah, it's been going super good so far. It's only been a couple days, but it's been like a huge improvement. Anyway, that's what this looks like. I really like it. I really like that colour. I think that's really nice pigment. I'm gonna go in with a bit more of that rosé shade. Just sort of layer it a little, just so that I don't lose that. Super close to my lower lashes, super close to my lash line, I'm gonna take this espresso shade, which is like a really dark brown, and just push this like pretty close to the root of my eyes, just to give it a bit of more dimension. Let's talk quickly about the eyebrows before I finish cleaning everything up. These keep falling. I feel like they are not setting. So as good as I said this looked in the beginning, it hasn't really held up very well. Okay, so I am back with them tidied up, and I gotta say, I saw them in my bathroom lighting and I like it even more than I thought I would. Like, I really like this, what colour was it called? This Cosmo colour. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to my face now, and they don't actually have any new sort of like dupe base products. So I'm just going to use some of the products that I've been testing in my most recent videos. I'm first going to spritz my face with some NYX Bear With Me. Lovely. I just love the way it feels. I'm also going to use a bit of my e.l.f. Blemish Fighting Putty Primer just in like my T-zone. I've learned with this primer to not take too much, because if I take like a big scoop, I feel like it always makes my makeup kind of look like it's breaking up in like the areas that I put it. It doesn't otherwise. So when I just take like a little amount, like what I'm doing, it makes my pores sort of like not as visible, but it also doesn't like disturb my foundation or anything. So yeah. Then I'm going to further prime the skin by using my Complexion Gorgeous Glow Filter Finish Complexion Boosting Primer and Illuminator. That is a mouthful. I've really been enjoying this. I've been using it under my makeup. I've been using it over my makeup as like a highlighter. I've just really been enjoying this product. I'm going to pop on a little bit of foundation. And I will be using my Essence Fresh and Fit foundation, which is like one of my favourite foundations, and I think I'm literally pretty much out of this one. Like, I've taken to literally like taking the pump out and like swiping it on my face, because sometimes I can't get a pump to come out. Just going to use my Eco Tools little sponge. For concealer, I'm going to use the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I've actually been enjoying this the more I've been using it. I'm gonna hop in with a bit of my Sun-Kissed Fast Fix. This has been like my favourite setting powder since I tried it. I just can't put it down. I use it anytime I'm doing my makeup. I don't even touch my other powders anymore. I think I'm going to start with a highlighter because, I don't know, I just feel like that's how I'll make my face look the best at the end. So I have this. This is the W7 Ice and Bright highlighter. So I'm fairly certain this is meant to be a dupe of like the Amrezy one or something. It's definitely an ABH highlighter. This is what it looks like inside. So it's like super, super light, but it has like a gold reflect to it. So I did swatch this and it looks like it's gonna be glittery. So let's try. Oh wow, it definitely gives that like gold. I think this would actually be nice on a skin tone deeper than mine. I feel like although this looks super light in here, it doesn't come off that light. There's that. So not my favorite thing in the world. I don't really love the tone of it. I don't really love that it has glitter on it. It doesn't look that good on my skin, but it's fine. So then we have a contour palette and a blush palette. I have the W7 Honolulu Silhouette Bronzer and Contour Palette. Again, it has a nice big mirror in here. And then you have 4 face powders. So Honolulu is their original like Hoola Benefit dupe. So this is essentially a palette full of different tones of that bronzer. So I feel like people have been asking them to do different tones for a while, so I think it's good that they have come out with them. I just put my nail into this one. So we have 2 pretty light shades and 2 pretty deep shades. Like I feel like these would actually be pretty good. This one especially for deeper skin. But yeah, so it says, doesn't say anything on the back again, but let's give this a go. I kind of want to go in with this one just to like see if this is going to even show up on my face. I definitely think I'm going to need to pop into this one for contour and maybe this one for bronzer. But I do want to see if this one just shows up on my face because I am like really fair. So if it doesn't show up on me, I'm not really sure who it would show up on. Like maybe it's like a setting powder for like deeper skin. I think it shows up maybe like ever so slightly. Like it could be like a really subtle kind of thing. I'm going to dip into the shade next to it, which I think is going to be more my tone. So that's a way better tone for me. I'm going to actually grab my like contour brush and just go into that shade. Hold that back here. I think that's a pretty good contour shade. I'm gonna dip in to, I guess, this one for bronzer. I think it would have been nice on here to have like the colours because I think that maybe this one is the original Honolulu. I mean, maybe none of them are, but it would be nice to know. I feel like this bronzer is a bit too orange for me. But they all seem like really nice and blendable. They seem really smooth. They seem like buildable as well. Like I'm glad that it's not like boom instant like orange stripe on your face. Like you can actually build up to an orange stripe. I'm just going to do a bit of nose contouring. I'm going to take that lighter shade, you know. See if it's just like super, super subtle. I feel like that lightest tone is just too yellow. I'm taking the second lightest. I mean, I could maybe take a little bit of this like really deep shade. Just like the tiniest amount. I feel like that's more like red toned. Which I'm sure is great for deeper skin. But yeah, I don't know if I love the tones of this palette for me. Then we have this. So this is their Very Vegan Garden Party blusher palette. Again, has a mirror. You open it up and you have 6 blushes. And the Very Vegan thing is just a line within like the W7 range. So these are all, they're all shimmery, every single one of them. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't used a shimmery blush in a really long time. So let's see. I'm going to, I think, take this one. Yeah. These look like so shimmery. I'll put that here. Is that doing anything? I think it's doing a little something. I feel like these are very like shimmery. I'm going to dip into this darker one right next to it. That one at least has a nice bit of pigment to it, but like I feel like they are really, really shimmer heavy. I'm just dipping between the two of them for the rest of my face. I think I might like this deeper one. It doesn't seem to have as high concentrated shimmer as the ones with little roses on them. Okay, I'm actually going to swatch all of these blushes really quickly because I'm pretty interested in it. Like, how in what world is that a blush? So the first one, the second one, the third one. Like, those are highlighters. Let's try the bottom three. One, two, three. So this is probably my favorite one, and I have it on. I mean, the texture on my cheek is not looking hot, but like these aren't blushes to me. These are like highlighters or eyeshadows. Like, they're so shimmery. Like, it's kind of insane to me that they have a 6-piece blusher palette and not any of them are matte. Like, that's kind of insane. My skin looks kind of really bad. We're gonna test out the brows now. So we have, like I mentioned, something from Essence. This is the new Tiny Tip Precise Brow Pen. It's semi-permanent. I got mine in the shade 02 medium brown. So oh yeah, that looks pretty good. And like, this is the little nublet. So I'm going to try to fill in my brows with this. Oh, well, that looks purple. It does not look purple here. Yeah, it doesn't look purple on my hand, but on my brows, that looks purple. Beautiful. Like, what in the hell? Okay, look at that on my hand, and then look at my eyebrow. They're two completely different colours. I mean, I don't really use eyebrow pens. I know that a lot of people do now. I know that they've become very popular, but I just always seem to have bad luck with them. This does feel like it's set down a little bit now, which is good. But that is literally purple. I've tried an eyebrow pen before from Essence, you know, and it went purple as well. But it was like not this one, I don't think, unless I've just been a mug and picked up the same one. I don't think I have though. But like, you can't really get good strokes with this either. Like, they're coming out kind of thick and dark. Oh, it's not a good eyebrow day. I mean, this one from a distance looks somewhat-ish okay, but this is a complete no because it's fucking purple. So I'm just gonna quickly try and fill in my eyebrows with something that ain't purple. Oh my god, it's actually laughable. Okay, that slightly worked, but I feel like I have like a purple hue around my brows now. So yeah, that's like a definite no. Should we quickly finish up these eyes? So I'm going to take a Fluffen brush, and I think I'm going to take Bellini mixed with Punch on my lower lash line, just to really emphasize that orange so it doesn't just look pink. Using my small brush, I'm going to take Spritz again and pop that in my inner corner. All of their stuff seems very like gold toned, like very warm. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do my lips and then I'm gonna set my face, do my mascara, and then give you my final thoughts, which I think you probably all already know by now. But I have a lip liner and I also have a lipstick. So I have this lip twister in the shade Pink, and then I have this, which is to me an obvious dupe for Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and I have this one in the shade Spark. So I'm just going to take this lip liner. Oh, it feels waxy, but it does what it's supposed to do, I guess. It lines my lips. Okay, so that is the lip liner, and then I have this in the shade Spark, which is so satisfying. This is a bit of a deeper shade. Oh, that feels so creamy. Oh, it does not go with the lip liner whatsoever. Ooh, pretty. Oh my god, look at that shine. It's got a nice colour payoff as well. Okay, so the lipstick is the opposite of the lip liner. It is like so creamy and shiny and just beautiful. It feels so comfortable on my lips and it looks really good. Love it. I'm gonna set my face quickly with some Flower Beauty Seal the Deal. I'll do my mascara and then I will come back to you for the final look. Okay, so this is my finished look using all of the new dupe products from W7, and I like my finished look, but it's definitely like they're not a lot of products that I'm going to be like rushing to use again. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will leave updates either in this video's description or I'll mention it in a future video about like how everything wore, if I try it out again, that sort of thing. But I feel like with this sort of thing, like eyeshadows, bronzers, blushes, the first opinion doesn't really change over time. It's not necessarily like a foundation where you have to like try it a lot to see how it looks. But yeah, if I have any updates, they will be in a future video or in the description box like I mentioned. But thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.